Hey, what's happening? Thanks for checking out our video today. Thanks for checking out my channel in general. Appreciate it. We're going to have some fun with some Crown Royal debunking today, or maybe not. Maybe we'll prove that the Crown Royal XO versus the regular old Crown Royal is any different at all, at least in enjoyment or taste. And we're reviewing today from Folly Beach, South Carolina. Epic little spot to do that. It's January 1st, 2017. Oh, 18. It was 2017 yesterday. Now it's 2018, January 1st. And got some of this stuff here. Some little holiday gift stuff, right? We've all probably gotten this in the past. Some of these little Crown Royal gifts or whatever. I got some. In the business that I'm in, I get a lot of little holiday gifts and stuff like that. So we got our standard old Crown Royal here and our Crown Royal XO, which is supposed to be better, right? Well, anyway, let's unbox these things here. Now, my main occupation is in sales and marketing, and I love, respect, and have one of my favorite pastimes is to analyze different sales and marketing tactics and stuff like that. And you got to give it to Crown Royal. For a long time, they have been making themselves distinct with their little bags and the little gold stuff and how the box is and everything else. A lot of things with value is people's perception of it, okay? And frankly, that doesn't necessarily translate to its actual real value, okay? That could even be said for the American dollar, but that's a whole different YouTube channel right there. Anyway, when you open up your standard Crown Royal bottle here, you know, it is what it is. You've seen this stuff. Now, as a young man myself, I totally fell prey to this type of stuff here. Like, oh, Crown and Coke, that's all I'm drinking, you know. Top shelf, baby, whatever. Paying that top shelf price for it. And, you know, which $4 or $5 a drink versus whatever the house whiskey was, or even the more generic Canadian whiskeys like Canadian Mist or even Wiser's, which actually I think Wiser's is a pretty good deal. But whatever the case may be, you always thought, oh no, I needed that Crown. I needed that Crown. No. I'm only drinking that Crown Royal. And then you'll even tell yourself, oh, well, yeah, that other stuff's pretty much tastes the same, but that Crown's better and purer and it doesn't give you as much as a hangover. Well, listen, if you're anything like me, I'm a hard-charging SOB, okay? Am I going to go out and get drunk? I'm drinking at least 10, at least up to 15 drinks, and that's when I start to time travel and enter into the future and the past at the same time, and I become an amazing dancer. And it don't fucking matter what you drink. You're going to have a headache the next day, okay? Now, maybe a little bit too much personal information there, but what we got here is this Crown Royal XO. Now, it was just on the shelf in the bag here, which to me is even more ingenious marketing from the Crown Royal company, whoever that is, because they were able to create a product and have it on the shelf and seem more exclusive just sitting in a gray bag versus a purple bag. But in the purple bag, when they still had to spend money on the box. Now, I'm being a little bit cynical and whatnot, but, you know, I have never thought, now maybe on some scotches, but if you watch some other videos, you'll see it still gets sort of debunked by, you know, can you even tell the difference? But I do think there's a fundamental difference of the ultimate cheapest crap liquor that they put out there and that they mass produce between something else that's at least got some production quality to it, okay? I'll say with Crown, though, especially as I've gotten older, I've always been cynical that it's long since been such a commercialized product that it's really no difference in it. And that any difference between any Crown Royal product at this point being so commercialized is only in the marketing, okay? Now, I will say that this says it's finished in cognac casks. Now that certainly can make a difference, but it's still a blended whiskey, okay? They're finishing that in a cognac cask. What do they say here on your standard Crown bottle? They don't really say anything too much about the finish. Just exceptional smoothness, blah, 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 matured to perfection, white oak barrels. Okay, so this is saying, oh, the fucking Queen of England visiting, whatever, who cares? You can read that for yourself. So what they're saying is this is finished in white oak casks, and this is finished in cognac casks. Now, what I'm gonna do, I got 3 glasses here. I'm gonna step away for a minute. I got my old man here helping me out today, getting drunk on New Year's Day, doing some booze reviews. Now what he's gonna do, now here I will say this about the quality. They both have this cheap ass plastic top. Even the more fancier one has this cheap ass plastic fake brass top. Just makes me a little more cynical. So what he's gonna do, okay, is he's going to randomly maybe mix up the bottles like this, whatever. He's gonna pour out the 2 different spirits, but he's also gonna double one of them. And then I'm gonna come back and see if I can tell the difference. And I'm not saying I'm some booze expert, but I do like to drink good scotches and good whiskeys and stuff like that. I do care about the taste. I love to analyze it. I am going to use some soda water and regular water over here to cleanse my palate after each one. And I'm going to see, number 1, can I match up the duplicates? Is my taste buds good enough to at least tell when I'm drinking the exact same thing? And then secondly, which one's better? Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, you ready, Daddy-O?
I'm ready.
All right, let me get out of here. I actually got to go take a leak. So.
Okay. So, we're going to pull good old Crown Royal, which I don't mind the taste of it. And okay, got that right here. And then we got the good stuff. That's going to be right there. Okay. And these 2 are the same. So remember, this and this is the same. And this is supposed to be the very best. Okay. Let's change our bottle. And we'll call him and see if he can tell which is which. Okay, Tom, come on in.
Are you ready?
Yep, ready for you.
Okay. Whew. Man. Now, I'm here to tell you right up front.
You need another can of that.
Mm.
You get, okay.
No, there's still enough in there. You just need a little bit of that seltzer. Bubbles get you going. Alright. Now, I will say I'm very biased up front, even though I've drank fucking gallons of Crown Royal in my time. And certainly like it, and if that was my only choice at a bar over the house stuff, I would still pay the extra money for it. But I do totally believe this all psychological with the difference. And it'll be interesting to see the difference between the cognac versus white oak casks as they claim. Who knows if it's really true. But I'd still be willing to bet my pinky finger that it was the same spirit being poured into each cask, even if they still were using different casks, and that there's nothing fundamentally better in quality of the spirit wise of the Crown XO other than the casks. So let's even see if I can tell a difference as a real connoisseur. All right. Took a good big whiff of that as I did it. You know what? I'm gonna smell them all first. Man, that's tough. It's really tough.
Okay.
Well, just don't say nothing. All right. If you had a gun to my head, I'd have to say these two were the same. If you had a gun to my head.
Okay.
But,
Okay, I'm
don't
just-
say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Okay.
I still gotta taste them. Now that one did taste smoother. Hold on. It's so hard to cleanse your palate too. Now this would be my dad's point, is that after 2 or 3 drinks of anything, you couldn't tell the freaking difference anyway.
Right.
Anyway, but damn it. I really don't even know. I wanted to say at first that this one seemed different and tasted better, but that certainly did too. But then I can't really tell the difference between the two. I'm going to do one more sip. Really cleanse my palate. Man, I bet I'm going to be drunk tonight. Well, I don't know. I really think these two are different.
Okay.
And
Which
but
is the best?
that seems smoother.
Okay.
That has more of a bite. Now, to me, I like the smoother a little bit better, although every once in a while I like a little bit of a bite to it. And I guess these two are the same. I'm just being as honest as I can be. What do we got?
Yeah, which one was the best of them?
I guess that one.
This is supposed to be the best.
I wouldn't say, again, that's just,
Okay. Here we
it's
go.
smoother.
Yep. Here we go. This was a Crown. This was that, and this was Crown again. This was your double.
Yeah. So,
These are your 2 Crowns.
well, and I found this one to be the preferable. Now, that might be to over a decade of drinking gallons and gallons of it that it triggered something. I'll be very honest. I have not had a Crown Royal drink touch my lips in at least 5 or 6 years minimum. And even then, only if I was at some random place that didn't have anything better. Like an Applebee's or something like that. Yeah, give me a fucking Crown and Diet, It was always mixed anyway. I never drank Crown straight, even when I was drinking. It's always a Diet Coke or Coke, which what freaking difference does it make then?
Can I tell them the test I gave on you before?
Yeah, so,
Okay.
okay, hold on, let me back up. Let me get my dad in the frame here. Back the camera up a little bit. And he did do this to me before, way back in the day.
Okay. So my theory is the taste test on anything between ketchup, liquor, water, any of it, if you don't know it and what you're drinking, you can't tell the difference between 2 or 3 different ones. Most people can't, and I've tested that. So to prove that point, on Tom one time, he had left me a half a bottle of Crown Royal. So I took that half a bottle and dumped it out, and I dumped a bottle of Canadian Mist in that Crown Royal bottle. And I filled this Crown Royal bottle up with Canadian Mist, which is a lot cheaper. And when he came to see me the next time, I said, hey, I got you bottle of Crown Royal. He drank it all and didn't know it wasn't Canadian Mist. So that
Now,
proves my point.
In my own defense, you know, that was certainly part of back in a time where, you know, I was just drinking a lot of everything, you know. And I don't know. No defense, actually, it's very true what he's saying, and it's my theory as well. Now, granted, well, even here, I just say that I thought these two are a little more similar than these two. It's just, you know, it's so hard to determine in a very scientific way. I mean, there's certainly schemes that you could come up with using the scientific method and enough control groups and this, that, and the other thing to determine the difference between the two products, okay? But at least for me, and again, I'm a consumer. I'm a customer. I really am. I'm not a hater on this stuff. I love drinking and drinking good stuff. And I love tasting, and obviously I got this, you know, doing these little videos and stuff. I love talking about it and trying to figure it out. You know, I really, really would want to think that I've got enough judgment to tell even the difference between this one, whichever one it is. And I mean, I think about flavor. I think about the note of it and things like that. I don't claim to be an expert taster, but I've watched enough other YouTube videos and review videos and things like that. And you see people say, oh, the note of this thing is so buttery, or almond and cinnamon notes and blah, blah, blah. I would like to see them do some real world taste test challenges like this and see if you can even tell the difference in the same sitting of something, you know? I don't know.
So
anyway,
what was your final opinion on this? Which was the best and which cost the most?
Well, this was smoother.
Right.
So let's just say that most people would think that's the best.
Right.
Now, from a flavor perspective, this was okay. It had a little bit more of a spicy and more of a bite in the finish of it, which people that want to really sip a strong whiskey might like that better. And that certainly could be to do with the cognac. But again, my whole point is I also was torn as whether which one was the same. Now, even knowing it, I'm going to taste them right now. And I'm not cleansing my palate as I do it. Well, I'll cleanse it on this final one. I should really be able to tell a difference right now. And I'm just being honest. I don't give a shit about this YouTube video, if you like it or not. If you think I'm lying, I don't care. I'm really not. This is just fun for me. I can hardly tell a difference. And again, I'm no expert, but I'm somebody that thinks about the taste, flavor, texture, note, whatever, color, quality level of the production. I think about that stuff. I'd say at least 1%. Is that 1%? More than the average person.
Okay.
And I can hardly tell the difference.
So there would be no economical sense for you to buy a $150 bottle of Crown compared to...
I wouldn't say that's 150.
Well,
this is more like, this bottle is more about like $25 versus probably about 40 to 50 bucks.
Right.
Whatever.
Basically no difference.
There's really no difference to me. Now here's the sad reality, or whatever you want to say of it, is the difference in any of these things, and much like the difference in a lot of things in life, this has a higher perceived value than this does. Sadly, we've been doing this thing as human beings to each other for years, going down to products, cars, clothing, all kind of things. Sometimes there are things that are better than others. There's no doubt about it. But typically, once something becomes commercialized, they start trying to find spin-offs, and the only difference is in the marketing of it and not in the actual product quality itself. Sadly, I think that's happened with a lot of things to do with scotch and booze and whiskey and things of that nature too. But whatever, had a great time making this video. So thanks for watching. What else you got to say there?
I'm just saying, a lot of people are under the perception, if it costs more, it's better. And that is definitely, we've checked it out on all kind of stuff. That's not so. Just because
It's not necessarily so.
right, not necessarily so. Just because a Lexus costs more than a Ford does not mean that the Lexus is going to last longer with fewer breakdowns. It probably will, but for the difference in the price, it may not be that better of a buy. Same thing with all this stuff.
Well, I think for sure on these type of consumables, that's very true. You know, I'll tell you one thing I know for sure. It's a beautiful day. We've had fun making this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching it. Certainly if you watched it all the way to the end, you did. Hit that thumbs up button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more of this nonsense, and have a wonderful day.